All right, so in this short tutorial, I'm going to take you through the basics of creating a YouTube short. It's a lot simpler than you think. There's not a lot to it. Now, I'm going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro. It is a paid software. You can use Final Cut, you can use Adobe Premiere Pro, you can use iMovie, you can use any editing software. They all have the same functionality. If you don't want to pay for an editing software, it's totally fine. When I was first starting, I used Shotcut. Shotcut.org is completely free. You can just go to shotcut.org, download Shotcut. It's 100% free. You can utilize this software. It works great, especially for a free software. It works very, very well. And you can pump out YouTube shorts or normal videos with this software 100% free. I utilized this in the start. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles of something like a Final Cut Pro or an Adobe Premiere Pro, for example, obviously, but it has all the basics and then some, and you'll be able to produce great content with this software 100% free, okay? Now, the next thing that you're going to need after an editing software is you're going to need a template. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to drop a template in here so I can take a normal video of mine, because you can create, like, don't get me wrong, like if you want to go ahead and create your own shorts, then you can just like record them or put them on a video on your phone or something like that. A lot of people do that and they'll actually record shorts. But since you're already creating normal YouTube content, the easiest way that you can do it is twofold. First and foremost, you can just repurpose your YouTube content. And the way that I'm going to show you how to do that with the basics here is in an editing software like we just covered, okay? The second way is just do it on Pictory like we've already covered in this course. So I'll show you that here as well. It's very, very easy, both of them, okay? So I'm going to pull up a template, go into backdrops as I have a bunch of my templates in here. And you'll see I have one that literally just says TikTok short and Instagram reels. And the dimensions for this are 1080 by 1920 because those are the dimensions that fit TikTok, Instagram reels, and YouTube shorts. It all works the same. So now that it's in here, I'm going to drag it over here so I get the template and I can start working, okay? Now, if you need to create a template, you can just go to Canva. Again, it's 100% free to do this. Create a design once you sign up. And then you just go to custom size here. And you type those dimensions in, right? So 1080 by 1920, and then you create your design, and it should pop up with that design. You can't download on Canva. You can't download just a white design. So just put a color in there to give you a template. Click in there, put a color, any color. You'll see mine was gray, and then hit share and then download it. It's very, very easy. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to create your own shorts in Adobe Premiere Pro here in a second. But the easiest way, like I always say, is if you just go to Pictory and you're creating your own videos already, just like we were before. So let me pull up an example script here. Well, we'll just type an example script just to show you. So proceed to the script. We're just going to put in a test script here so it doesn't take a long time. And then we'll proceed. Oh, I think it might need more characters. There we go. So just the same if you were creating a YouTube short version with Pictory like we've already covered in the course, and this time it would be the dimensions of a YouTube short or an Instagram reel or a TikTok video, you'd put your same exact script in there, and you can even do this in the beginning and do both of them if you want to, and then you'd proceed, and then you just pick those dimensions here in a second, right? So like you pick your normal one, select this one, and then instead of the 16 by 9, which is the normal YouTube video that's horizontal, you instead pick the aspect ratio that says 9 by 16, which is the vertical one that would be perfect for TikTok, okay? And then it will create you the same video with the same script, with the same voiceover, only in a TikTok version of it and that dimensions. So that's the easiest way to do it, and I highly recommend that you utilize that. It's so much easier. But if you want to also repurpose your videos after the fact, this is how you can do it as well. So let me show you an example. We'll pull one randomly from my YouTube channel just to kind of show you how this works. So we'll do this one right here. And we'll drag it in over top of this, and you'll see that now it's in the middle. So I'm just going to you can keep it in the middle and then put the CapCut captions on the bottom. I've seen a lot of people do that. I've also played around with that on my own YouTube channel, and it works fairly well. But sometimes I'll even drag it out a little bit just so it fits the screen a little bit there. And then I'll kind of go through and I'll slightly edit it around and move the picture around so that it stays centered and it looks good. It doesn't have to be perfect here. It's not rocket science, but those are the basics of how you edit a TikTok video or an Instagram reel or a YouTube short, right? So if we play this for a second, you won't be able to hear this because the microphone's plugged in. But as I'm saying these, you'll see that I'm pretty much in the center of the screen, so it's fine. Also, keep in mind that I'm going to be adding the CapCut version of this as well. And you want to be listening out and just cut the video down into like a 60-second piece here that makes sense, looks good in the aspect ratio, and just make a shorter version of this video with a key talking point. And then you can even, if this is like a long video, for example, and it's like a 5-minute video, you could even take a couple different portions of that and maybe make it into 2 or 3 YouTube short versions of that as well. Also post them to TikTok, also post them to Instagram Reels. Now, because we can't hear this right now because I'm talking on the microphone, you just kind of have to use your own imagination. You would go through this, you'd cut it up just like any other editing software. You can cut parts of the video by using the cut feature, clip them out, move them around. This is not an editing tutorial. It's actually really, really easy, and you can learn pretty much any editing software. It doesn't matter if it's Final Cut Pro, Adobe Premiere Pro, Shotcut, iMovie, any of them. You can learn them, like the basics of them, all you need to know in 10 minutes on YouTube for free, okay? So these are the basics of editing a YouTube short. Now, again, if you don't want to download a software like this, then just create it in Pictory, but I wanted to give you both of the options. And I guarantee you, if you do want to go this route, it'll give you more freedom, more flexibility, and you'll be able to pick it up very, very quickly if you just dedicate like 10 to 20 minutes to learning it via YouTube and actually playing around with the software. You'll pick it up super fast.